This is the story of one man's journey from regular guy to activist. Meet Jon Peditto, an Atlantic County man who's just a regular guy. Works as a wedding photographer, owns a car that has 286,000 miles on it, and after work to relax, he likes to smoke pot.
If you come home from work and this is what you choose to use as opposed to drinking, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You should not be treated any different than anybody else, or even people who are using it for medical purposes.
Jon grows his own pot and says he simply sells it to 3 or 4 friends in order to make a little bit of money. Well, 3 August ago, Jon was going to his marijuana plant patch in the Pinelands when he was caught by the police.
And it's surreal. The voices come out of all over, and you're well aware that when they say New Jersey police, that they have guns on you, and it just brings the hair up on your arms.
They found 17 marijuana plants, some other pot in Jon's apartment. They arrested him and charged him with possession, distribution, and maintaining a drug production facility. That charge could get him up to 20 years in prison.
Drug court's not probation, and you have to be sick and ill to get into it. And you have to participate. It's 5 years. You're signing papers saying you're sick, you're ill.
And you're not.
I'm not.
With the help of NJ Weedman, Ed Fortune, Jon decided to pursue a jury nullification strategy, asking the jury to throw out the charges against him because he believed he didn't do anything wrong. Finally, we found out we had a verdict.
Take it easy, Ed.
They're looking for you.
They are?
Yes. I can get the jury's back, man.
Oh, my phone's off.
Into the courtroom we went to hear if Jon's strategy had been successful.
As to count number 1, how does the jury find?
The jury finds the defendant guilty.
As to count number 2, how does the jury find?
The jury finds the defendant guilty.
That means Jon is going to spend at least 10 years in prison.
I think the jurors were cowards, for one thing. I think they capitulated to the government's need to put somebody in a cage. The jury failed. The jury failed miserably here.
What do you think? Tweet me and let's talk about this. Is it time to change our minds on marijuana, and is Jon Peditto going to lead the way? What do you think?
Thanks, Alex. So what do you think?
Well, you know, I feel for the guy, but at the same time, if the law is in place, it's in place. You can change the system if you want to change the system, but right now he was foolish to not get representation.
This country has recognized that we have really messed up when it comes to our drug laws. He had 17 marijuana plants. People have gone to jail for having just a bag of weed. The quantity doesn't reflect when it comes to these mandatory drug laws.
The problem is that he admitted to selling it all. When you admit to selling to friends and family, it doesn't matter who you're selling it to at all.
But you know what? The jury made their decision, so the justice system, you got to stand by what the jury said.
He can still do the right thing and let him off with time served.